Good morning and welcome to Faith, Fashion, and Fur. I want to start this morning with a reminder of 1 Peter 3:4. Instead, it should be that of your inner self, the unfading beauty of a gentle and quiet spirit, which is of great worth in God's sight. This is taken from, that's taken from the Bible, but this is a 1-minute prayer for hope and comfort by Hope Lida. So much of my worry and stress stems from outside pressures to be, do, or look a certain way. Lord, refresh my understanding of beauty and success so that I may see myself and others through your eyes. Today, the world clamors for my attention, but I choose to give it to you. I listen for your quiet voice and claim your definition of unfading beauty, that of a gentle spirit. Lord, I just thank you for everyone who's joining me this morning. I thank you that for their patience, Father, as I learned this YouTube video thing, one mistake at a time. Lord, I just pray for blessings on their day. I pray that they recognize how beautiful they are in your sight, Lord. And we praise you and we thank you for this day and all that it entails, Father. Each opportunity that you give us to bless someone else, don't let them go unnoticed in our sight, Lord. In Jesus' precious, precious name, amen. So I want to continue today with, I've been talking a lot about my breast cancer. And today I want to tell you how he's changed me. The Beauty for Ashes. So I'm going to read 2 Corinthians 1:4. Who comforts us in all our troubles, so that we can comfort those in any trouble with the comfort we ourselves receive from God. So that has become my life mission. I always had a passion for people, sincere, caring for others, for their needs, for hurting people, for people going through trials, whatever that may be. But once I went through the entire process of cancer, which I mentioned had included the works, the chemotherapy, surgery, and radiation, things during that time, I don't know how God did it. I don't know, but it was that unseen tapestry that I talked about the other day, where we just see the ugly cuts and the knots and the backside of the tapestry, where God knows exactly what it's going to look like when he turns it over. And it's always something more beautiful than what it was before. So how has he changed me through my cancer? I'll never be the same. When I was going through my cancer treatment, I didn't see anything else happening except for the treatment. It seemed never ending, and I couldn't even say the word cancer for a long time. I remember that. I literally couldn't say that word. It was like a foreign language. It was a community of people I didn't want to belong to. After coming out on the other side, I knew I would never be the same, but how had it changed me? I remembered the devotion I read the day I received my diagnosis. Are you ready to be poured out as an offering? It is an act of your will, not your emotions. Tell God without any complaints, despite what God may send your way. You must be willing to be placed on the altar and go through the fire, willing to experience what the altar represents: burning, purification, and separation for only one purpose: the elimination of every desire and affection not grounded in or directed towards God. But you don't eliminate it. God does. You bind the sacrifice to the horns of the altar and see to it that you don't wallow in self-pity once the fire begins. After you have gone through the fire, there will be nothing that will be able to trouble or depress you. Listen to that again. After you have gone through the fire, there will be nothing that will be able to trouble or depress you. Okay, so I'm sorry about that interruption, but the dogs, the fur, they must have smelt my peanut butter and they came and interrupted my channel. Did you get some too, Coda? Did you get some peanut butter? Is Azzy hogging it all? I think you got some though. You got some a second ago. Okay, so I guess this is our fur moment. All right, it's almost all gone. Okay, so we're gonna put it down so I can continue with this. Okay, all gone, all gone. Okay, let's put that down. My husband made me a wonderful piece of French toast this morning with peanut butter, so that's where that came from. So, all right, okay, so I'm going to continue with this devotion. A reminder that this devotion is what I read the morning that I got the phone call that I had breast cancer. So it was just amazing how this was what I read that morning. So okay, this is where I was. After you have gone through the fire, there will be nothing that will be able to trouble or depress you. When another crisis arises, you will realize that things cannot touch you as they used to do. Tell God you are ready to be poured out as an offering, and God will prove himself to be all you ever dreamed he would be. This is from a few pages of my devotional book called Sit Still. That's where I'm reading it from, just a few pages that I printed off. It's true. He is all I've ever dreamed he would be. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. And he can be all you ever dreamed him to be too, from the bottom of yours. God never gives us more than he can handle. There had come a point in my Christian walk where there was nowhere else to go. I knew he was sovereign and that he had never left me drowning in past trials. And that's a wonderful thing too about walking with the Lord. As you go through trials with him, when you finish one and then you go on to the next one, you'll remember his faithfulness in the one before. And so that is what sometimes will get you through the next one. Just knowing that he never leaves us. He never forsakes us. He's going to see us through. It's consistent. It isn't like he helps you one time and he doesn't help you the next time. So your faith just continues to grow. Okay, now I'm sorry again, but Coda wants to sit on the windowsill. All right, just 1 second. Okay, come here, baby. All right, you want to sit up there? And I'm opening the shutters for him, and he wants to look out and see what's going on out in our yard today. Okay. So, let's see. Still, it wasn't until I had gone through something of this magnitude, the breast cancer, that I saw him orchestrating my every step. He was working everything together for my good and holding me safely in the palm of his skillful hand. I had surrendered most things to him by this point in my life, but I always held on to what I wanted to control. And that's so true. Some things I had to repeatedly give over to him in my life. I would give it to him and then find myself taking it back, thinking about it, being bothered by it. And I would literally just have to get on my knees right then and give it back to him over and over and over again until I was actually ready to surrender it. When I thought I was ready to surrender it, I wasn't always. And I just, like I said, it was a control thing for me. The root of that control, I know now, was fear. Once I realized I didn't have control over anything anyway, and that he did, and that he truly loved me, I fully surrendered everything to him. It was a purposeful act that I remember doing. The complete resignation to his perfect will for my life transformed me. Everything won't always work out the way we want it to because we are Christians, but God promises to work everything out for our good. He will bring some good out of it. We can count on that. We don't need to fear because he knows our future. It is a comfort to take every turn in the road with the one who holds our future. We may not always understand or know why we are going through a trial. Still, we can always trust that God knows, and we can remind ourselves of his past faithfulness to us in previous tests. Knowing he promises to work everything together for our good as Christians, we can rejoice in our suffering, whether we feel like it or not. As he decided to grab the paper plate and see if he can find absolutely any little smidge of peanut butter left on it. So that's what's going on over here on my side. This has been very distracting this morning, but they're well worth it. So God, let's see. Knowing he promises to work everything together for our good as Christians, we can rejoice in our suffering, whether we feel like it or not. God is using it to produce what we cannot produce in ourselves. If we walk through the trial with the Lord, we will be more Christ-like by the end of the test. And that's actually exciting, to be more Christ-like. As God sees you through trials in your life and you reflect on his faithfulness, it gets easier and easier to trust him in the next one. He will never waste a hurt. Think today about how God has changed you through the trials in your life. Has he used them for your good? Make a list of the changes God has made in your life. What attitudes has he changed? What is he currently working on in you? What are you holding back from giving him control over? Read Hebrews 13:5 and look up the meaning of the word forsake. How do you know that God will never leave you? Take a minute to thank God for his unwavering faithfulness. Recently, I attended a one-day women's retreat. The speaker's testimony was a powerful one. She said her favorite words in the Bible are the verses that say, "But God." I found 31 "but gods" verses in what I have listed below for your reference. This week, well, listed below in my book, but I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that. This week, I challenge you to look up these verses for yourself. These two words, "but God," they change everything. The word "but" in the middle of a sentence nullifies everything before it. To put it another way, the words "but God" change everything that happened before you said those words. When God comes on the scene, he makes all things new. The song "Sea of Victory," I told you I always go back to music. I love music. It says, you take what the enemy meant for evil and you turn it for good. Disease, like cancer, circumstances, the enemy, and even death does not have the final say. There is always a but God. So I'm going to share these verses with you if you'd like to write them down. There's quite a few. There's what did I say? 31. Okay. So in my book, Sit Still, if you're ever interested in purchasing it, I'm not trying to get you to buy it or anything like that. I'm really just trying to do this YouTube channel. Okay. So sorry again for the interruption. I'm also working on getting this fixed and I'm having some technical difficulties. Okay. I'm just going to give you a few verses for today. These are the but God verses, and I'll just try to give you a few each day for the next few days until I've covered all 31 if you'd like to look them up. Genesis 8:1, Genesis 31:7, Genesis 31:42, Genesis 31:23 and 24, Genesis 48:21, and Genesis 50:20. Those are the ones that I found in Genesis. So my understanding with YouTube is that I have to keep this at 15 minutes for it to be a short video. So I'm going to head off for today, and I'll see you again soon. Thank you. Bye.